the quality, and it's all gamers, and I am checking messages there. So, and now that Todd is here, hey, thank you, Mr. Roundless, for reminding me of rule number one. Have you updated everything? Is your OS updated? Are all of the packages you're using updated? Are they talking to each other? And so, updating Zoom on this machine, it was 5.1, 5.17.11, I think. I don't know how far back that was. Anyway, so what I always do is, not always, but the last couple of weeks, we've been talking about H5N1, just checking in on it. Let's see, let's join the 21st century here. And we're going to go to, let's go, so many fun backgrounds, but let's go to a quiet place. Yeah, there we go. So H5N1, just having what I call it fun, just a little fascinated with this story and how little it's getting, how little it's talked about, frankly. And I'm kind of working with the working thesis that if it's not on social media, then it's not real, which is a funny thing. So what I'm going to do is real time share my screen with you guys, with y'all, and we're going to look at H5N1. H5N1, let's see what it says. And so there's a current situation from the CDC, and those are the things that usually come up on something like this, right? FDA, so you have some hard science medical stuff, which we'll take a look at. But I also like to just look at the news. And this is just Google. I just punched in H5N1. You saw me. Here's the New York Times, the paper of record, whether you like it or not. Still an important newspaper. Lots of mistakes. Not lots, actually. Once in a while, they make some mistakes. They have some errors. They do a lot of, but they print retractions. They print corrections. This is always my argument with people in the alternative press stuff. I love alternative press. I grew up on it. Jesus. But one of the pitfalls is when something's not correct, you don't always have them circle back and say, oh, wow, we made a mistake here. So anyway, New York Times, like it or not, I think it's notable that there's their headline: a bird flu pandemic in people? ? Here's what it might look like. So, if NYT is musing about what it might look like, there's quartz, which I've heard of quartz, but I don't know much about them. Axios, of course, I know well. Bird flu virus has outlasted pasteurization study finds. I added a word there for clarity. Bird flu virus outlasted pasteurization study finds. How about SIDRAP, which I've referenced SIDRAP a bunch of times. It's a kind of medical and epidemiology and medical industry and science, a lot of science page. Studies find little to no immunity to avian flu virus in Americans. Oh, that's good news. CBS News 3 days ago did a little thing. What to know about the H5N1 virus? And then had Detroit Free Press, the vaunted, very old Detroit Free Press says, bird flu in Michigan, wastewater highest in U.S. What it means. Wow. And how about the former director of the CDC is predicting the next pandemic is going to be bird flu. Carry on, nothing to see here. So this is what I love about this is that, every week I check in, and I don't do Meatless Monday every week. It's been every 2-3 weeks lately. And every time I come in, any of you who've been watching this know that each time there's more, more material here. Farming and bird flu are a troublesome mix. Factory farming, sorry. Factory farming on bird flu. Of course, this is exactly what I've been saying for months on this topic, 2 months, and for years about so many things. Factory farming is our biggest problem for kind of, the pathogens like this and zoonotic diseases and destroying our groundwater and destroying water supplies and big chunks of land. Factory farming is the nightmare, and it's the inspiration for a lot of why I do this. The harms of COVID panic are cautionary tales for bird flu, says The Hill. So again, folks, I think you get my point here. There's no doubt that these mainstream outlets are all writing about this. Here's a couple more. Forbes headline: Bird flu explained. Toddler infected with another strain. Second human case in India. So what's good is that it's single digits. When you read about these human cases, there's one here, there's one there. I've been following this once a week or twice a week, and the human cases are very spread out. So that's good. Business Insider says H5N1 bird flu, growing cause for concern. Okay. New England Journal of Medicine. What do they know? Cow's milk containing H5N1, heat inactivation and infectivity in mice. So it sounds like a paper about, inactivating the virus. Again, I'm not going to spend time going into details, reading every article, but I'm making the case that this is something the top experts, epidemiologists, virologists, biologists, policymakers about pandemics and things, it's what they're talking about. But it's not on social media, so no one cares. It's this funny human phenomena that we're living through. Weird. The Conversation says, now is the time to take action on H5N1 because the stakes are enormous. How about Scientific American? Let me rephrase that. Scientific motherfucking American has a headline. Bird flu isn't a human pandemic yet. Wow. And again, I know someone out there's going, "Oh, Andre, you're paranoid, or you're trying to scare people, or everything but just calmly thinking out loud about why this isn't more talked about." But that blows my mind. Every time I come look at this, there's another bunch of Newsweek, Time, New York Times, The Guardian, The Independent, Washington Post, all the major outlets, and a lot of the alternative news places too. I consider Guardian and Independent quite, critical of mainstream kind of threads, and they're writing about it. Here's the World Health Organization. So, it's all over. Centers for Disease Control. Some of these I just saw. Think Global Health. American Medical Association has an article about it. And theirs is called Avian Flu in Humans. Bird flu symptoms. Mushroom chocolate recall. I heard about that. Some kind of microdose chocolate that had some problems. How about the University of Maryland? And then I'll wrap this up. Research warns pet cats risk getting bird flu and possibly infecting people. So there's been a number of cats who've died, and ferrets and seals and foxes, and very tragic situation because a lot of animals who never had bird flu are getting it. A lot of marine life has died. There's New York Times saying bird flu is infecting cats and the occasional dog. Here's what to know. Oh, suddenly the dog and cat owners are going, wait a minute. Health and Human Services.gov has a paper, a fact sheet on H5N1. Wow. Yale Medicine has a paper. So what Wall Street Journal, what it boils down to, again, is I think I've made abundantly clear. Here's UC Davis, another from National Institute of Health. So several universities, all kinds of news gathering organizations, everyone except our social media feeds is talking about this. I just find that funny. So, um, what are your thoughts? Uh, Bassam is here. It's never good until Bassam's here. Um, Bassam says, "Go woke, go broke, MAGA. See you in Medford early." Yes, yes, you will. Cool, cool. You'll be up there. Um, Anton says, "Busy at a job interview. I'd be watching this." Oh, cool, cool. Glad you are. The Who is controlled by the Who is controlled by Gates, not Townsend. I like that. That's very clever. Um, I'm not gonna go on and on about which is unique, right? I'm not gonna go on and on about H5N1. That's kind of it. Just kind of scratch my head. I've made my point. Like we're not gonna wake up, or I guess I'm personally gonna keep reading about it and see what immune enhancing things to do, if there is anything, and just hope for the best. But holy shit, right? Can you imagine if this shit blows up? Like, I don't know, September? Fine. Because there's nothing else going on this fall. Um, Great. Well, I wanted to touch base too on this guy, this story. The hot dog guy. Did anyone see this? Joey Chestnut. He's banned from the Nathan's hot dog eating contest. Did you all see this? That's a pretty fun story. Only fun, and my barometer on it is because it's got people talking about the idea that you wouldn't eat meat ever, and but what's fascinating about this story is it's this guy who is so famous for um am I in Chrome? Yeah, he's so famous for being able to eat 60 hot dogs and stuff like that. Let's see if this plays. See if I can get this get the audio on this and then I'll back it up. But anyway, so have you all seen this story? Joey Chestnut, there he is. He's the famous hot dog guy. I think he's won, I don't know, like a dozen times. Um, a dozen times in however many years. And he, quite famous for that. And he's just got a contract with Impossible. And they've decided to use him as uh, some sort of ad guy, I guess. I don't quite know the details. What kind of ads he's going to do? But he's going to be a spokesperson, for them. Oh, check, check. 1, 2. Okay, give me a second here. See if I can get the video sound. Video. But what do you think of that story? I think what's cool is he's um, he's causing a little discussion here. People are at least uh, going like, "What the hell? Like, why? How is this guy involved in food and I mean in plant-based food?" You know, and I think it is kind of funny. It's like if anyone loves hot dogs, it's this dude. Um, let's see if I can bring that video back.
Well, one man ate more hot dogs than anyone for 16 years, and now he's saying no more.
Or he's being told no more. American hero Joey Chestnut is banned from this year's Nathan's Famous 4th of July hot dog eating contest. It's because he's representing a rival brand selling plant-based hot dogs. Major League Eating, they're not pleased, saying they are, quote, devastated he's chosen to represent another brand. They said they'd be happy to take Chestnut back if he drops the endorsement. Chestnut has won the competition 16 times and said he is gutted that he cannot compete.
They're losing their American hero. That's
It's
quite
like a falling
devastating.
star.
It's real devastating. I think the brand is Impossible Foods. I have a friend who works there. I gotta get to the bottom of this.
Bob Gluck, how are you, my friend? I love that. We got like an infinite universe thing happening. Bob Gluck, how are you? Wow, I gotta get a screenshot of that. That is pretty cool. But what's your thought? Have you heard that about this guy, Joey Chestnut guy? Has anyone seen that? And what are your thoughts? I mean, I can't wait to hear more and see what. Oh, the infinite thing is still happening, huh? Wow. Okay, then. I may be stuck here. There we go. That gets rid of it. I was sharing the sharing. I think that's what was going on. So yeah, I'd love to. This story will be continued, but I thought people would be interested to hear that if you haven't already. Again, it's this cat who Joey Chestnut, and he can't wait to hear his. He was banned actually after 19 years of doing this competition. Let's bring him back up. I was gutted to learn from the media that after 19 years I'm banned from the Nathan's July 4th. I love competing and celebrating America with my fans. Yada yada yada. And I've trained to defend my. I've been training to defend my title. Yeah, it's pretty wild, huh? So Joey Chestnut. Wish I could see the comments, but with the new stupid Twitter, you um, can't really look at stuff unless I do have an account, but I'm just not logged in. But they really put you to the ringers. So H5N1, talk about that a little bit. I encourage you to do your own thing. Look up H5N1. Just kind of stay alert. I don't know. I don't know what we need to do immune-wise. Is it similar? Is it what's the word? Is it respiratory? I don't know. I'm just a layperson, but one who can use Google. But if it's upper respiratory, then we need to know about that, and we need to. It's going to involve masks. Oh, that'll go well. Yeah. How well is that going to go? Imagine the powers that be saying we need masks around September 1st. Like that'll be. It's going to go fine. But I don't know. I don't know. If it's respiratory, if that's how you catch it, if there's anything you can do with your immune system, what helps? Vitamin D, vitamin A, vitamin C. I don't know. I don't know anything about it. I know what you know. If you read about it, I just know that it's avian bird flu. It's been around for a while, long time. They've known about it for a long time, and it goes in and out of infective levels. But this time around, it is getting into other animals, into the long list: foxes and goats, and weird places you wouldn't think, seals, and a lot of ocean animals. That's what blew my mind when I read about that. There's about 6 different ocean animals, dolphins, I think, all kinds of shit. So keep an eye on that is one thing. Hope you're doing well otherwise. I'm going to jump off. Just wanted to come on for a quick chat. See if anyone's in Twitch. No one's in Twitch, but what a beautiful picture Twitch is. Yeah, just crisp details, higher res. One of these days I'll have time for music and I'll do some music streaming, but ain't happening anytime soon. You're right, Bob. Joey is another potential convert. Yeah. Very true. Well, thanks to the 10 of you that are there. Gene Aldrich, good to see you here. Kendall Scott is out there somewhere. Jack Golden Molina. Tom Lobenthal. Sorry, I butchered your name. Tom Lobenthal. Good to see you there. Larry. A lot of my very favorite people are just stopping by to hear my insanity. But hopefully it's not insanity. And 2 news items that we will continue to check up on. And, see how they go. All right, folks. Stay well. Stay healthy. Have a meatless day. It's getting easier and easier and easier. I have not tried them yet, and I like to try this stuff once or twice just to see it. And if it's good, then it's something I put into the rotation. But because the ingredients are quite passable, better than passable, they're good. There's nothing. At first, you see bamboo fiber, but we eat. People eat bamboo. Bamboo shoots are eaten. Probably a quarter of the planet eats bamboo fiber, and so there's bamboo fiber in these dogs that are coming up. Let's see. Bon Appetit is asking me to subscribe, but Oscar Mayer is for better or worse the new entry in the whole filling that gap in plant-based world for people who I think it's great for kids and people who are not vegetarians per se, but they kind of go, oh, okay, let me check this out. March 16th, here's an article in a trade paper about Oscar Mayer, plant-based and not hot dogs. And that's funny, a little typo, they're plastic-based. Well, plastic is a fluid term. But there's petroleum plastic, and then there's things that have plasticity. And I knew someone would run with that. I suspect that's a typo, but it's just as inedible. Har, har, har. So clever. Because, of course, a regular hot dog is just a fantastic. There's nothing unpronounceable in that, in your standard hot dog, I should say. But let's see. Yeah, but they're getting good reviews. They're getting good reviews. I can't open it, but I read somewhere else a review from Bon Appetit. And I thought, okay, cool. And that's right. Jeff Bezos is involved in this, which is good and bad. But hey, anything that's at least getting this discussion going that we cannot have these mechanized death machine factories that are just slaughtering animals by the thousands, tens of thousands per day, depending on what animal you're talking about and what factory. But more than that, more than the cruelty index, the use of water, the use of soil, the use of resources. Of course, it takes water and soil to grow the soy or the wheat or the peas, which is my favorite protein source lately in some of these things. Pea protein, PEA. Of course, it takes water to grow peas and ship them around. Of course, it takes resources, energy, and acres of land. But it takes less per payback grams protein. It takes less for how much waste is created because you've got the normal waste of agriculture. Agriculture creates waste, but the problem with taking that agriculture and then feeding it to pigs is now you've got the pigs creating waste that we still in 2024 have not figured out a way to properly get rid of even pig farm effluent. You know, these pig farms that are massive areas of toxicity are still a problem, you know. So you know, so we'll return to that. Anyone try those, then let me know. Next week's going to be pretty busy for me, so I'm not going to be on for a couple weeks, I think. But message me if you try the Oscar Mayer dogs, and I will certainly let you know. Bob Gluck says, okay, a little abstract of this article. Thank you, Bob. I'll look at that. Illnesses in humans from bird range survivor, no symptoms to mild illness. Wow, all the way to death. Human infections with bird flu virus, mosquito, lengthy, unprotected contact. Okay, so stay protected, folks. Not wearing gloves with infected birds or places with sick birds in the slime. Okay, great. So that's all good. What's really feels good about this is you got to really go catch this, like being on a farm and stuff so far. But here's the wild card. This virus has mutated. It's already doing shit that the old school bird virus didn't do. In other words, jumping into wolves and seals and goats and foxes and cats and dogs. The other one didn't do that. So again, I'm not paranoid, but I don't know what the phrase would be. I'm carefully realistic. You know, it's something. And being realistic, if you're telling me this is a virus that already is doing 20 things it never did before, let's hope that the iteration coming up in a month is not so strong that it's going to be able to go human to human. That's our thing. So I'll leave it at that. Such good news. But stay positive, folks. And, you know, remember to slow down.